Do you think that Diablo 4 players at this point even care from which tube the slop comes from? I honestly think they don't. Because if you're playing Diablo 4 currently, what's wrong with you? I want you to sound down in the comment section below and tell us, why are you playing Diablo 4? Are you just super bored? Is that literally the only game that you currently find even remotely interesting? I guess that is a decent enough explanation, but for most people, they're just stupid playing Diablo 4. It's objectively garbage on every level. And the worst part about Diablo 4, in my honest opinion, is the fact that it treats the player like they have below 70 IQ. I think that's the worst part about honestly every Blizzard game, except for World of Warcraft, where it holds your hand and then it doesn't explain you the actual systems that you need to interact with, which is probably even stupider because they hold your hand for things that don't need it. But then when something actually requires explanation because it's not clear how it works, they just literally don't care. Man, Blizzard in general is so bad. But that's why we're here, because, well, it's been a while, but let's make fun of Diablo 4 just a little bit more. I know everyone enjoys that.
Welcome back, you Diablo 4 superfans. This video is for those who absolutely love Diablo 4 and every aspect of that glorious game. So if you feel that doesn't fit you, just leave right now.
Oh, look at this dude. He knows it's over. He knows his job position is going to be terminated in a year because his boss is sadly Rob Ferguson, and he's a complete idiot.
And go back to that little baby game you were just playing, because real Giga Chads are
Bro.
about to talk. As we all know, Diablo 4 is a perfect game. From its flawless, extensive, and rewarding endgame to its constantly ever-changing systems that sort of feel like the devs are throwing shit around in a dark room to see what sticks. Like, are Nightmare Dungeons going to reward Glyph XP this season? Are they removing Capstone Dungeons or bringing them back? Did we actually say they did something fun in Season 2 with vampire powers, leading to them making powers for almost every season? Okay, I'm getting sidetracked.
Wait. That's actually true. I never thought about it. The reason powers are... No one likes powers. The reason why powers are ass in Diablo 4 is just because Blizzard is such a bad company that they found one thing that people kind of liked on Season 2, and then they just reskinned it and did it over and over and over again. I mean, we all knew it, but I never actually actively thought about this. The fact that these devs have literally never tried to do anything new past Season 2. That's kind of insane. That's... wow. That makes me even more sad.
Here. The only real problem Diablo 4 has is that it's so perfect and no game comes close. Except for maybe one other game. So in this video, I'm going to present to you a game that I feel resembles...
Oh my god, this thing. Dude, I remember seeing this once. If some of you may not know what this is, some of you may not remember what this is, but this is one of the most hilarious things ever. And this just completely explains why Diablo 4 has completely collapsed. I didn't even pay attention to this because I never actually look at any numbers that these people show. But when you take 1,000, they wanted to increase XP, by the way. They said that we're boosting experience. And the idea was that they're boosting experience by 40%, so they showed you the math, right? So if your base XP is 1,000, and they boosted by 40%, and this is the kicker, okay? This is why Diablo 4 will never succeed, because these people didn't fail once doing the math. They failed literally 2 times in completely 2 different types of logic. Okay? So, first of all, when you multiply 1,000 by 40%, you're multiplying by 0.4, actually. That's how it works. So, that would be 400. So, this number would be 400. Not 1,400, but 400. Second of all, they wanted to increase the experience by 40%, which means you actually have to multiply by 1.4. And if you multiply 1,000 by 1.4, you do not get 1,040, you get 1,400. So, yes, they somehow failed this thing on two separate levels of baseline logic. This is why Diablo 4 doesn't have a chance. This is why Blizzard in general don't fucking have a chance. This is why probably every single skill in the game is bugged at this point. Because the people making this have absolutely no idea what 1 plus 1 is, what 2 plus 2 is. It's insanity. And then you have this. I actually don't even remember what the problem was here. 1,000 times 1.2. Okay. Oh, that is 1.2k. So do you think that the person who did this right here did the same here? I think it's separate people had to actually do. Like, how do you? Why isn't one person doing this? Like, it's before and after. Like, how do you get this part wrong and then this part right? And oh, here's the problem here. Okay, I got it. I got it. Jesus Christ. Ah. In any case, so you're telling me two different people did this? Because why isn't it one person doing this? The before and after. If this is before and this is after, how do you make this mistake here and not the same mistake here? It doesn't make sense. And by the way, here's also a mistake here. Now, this is a little bit better at least, because they did this part, right? It is 1.2k, but then they multiplied again by 1.2. And some Americans are probably gonna be in the comments, no, you actually have to multiply all of this by 1.2. Idiots. Anyway, when you multiply 1.2k with 1.1, it's not 1.40. It's 1.440. It's fucking crazy. And you wonder why Diablo 4 is an absolute disaster. You wonder why Diablo 4 does nothing right. You wonder why the devs keep rehashing the same old failed ideas and just, stuff that they did in Diablo 3 that no one liked in the first place. This is why. Because there's just no saving them. They're just beyond clueless.
Almost every aspect us Diablo 4 superfans look for. World of Warcraft. Yes, World of Warcraft, the only franchise I feel Blizzard has milked harder than Diablo. It's like a dairy farm, but for our wallets. First off, let's talk about the major problem Diablo 4 players have with World of Warcraft. And I'm not talking about the graphic style, because that's not something that's going to change. Let's not talk about that. It's the amount of buttons that you need to hit in combat. Yes, there is about 15 to 25 buttons for a usual class in World of Warcraft, but don't worry, the new
As someone who plays World of Warcraft, well, now I'm currently not playing it, but did play the midnight thing. Oh no, the Warwick 10, whatever, pick one. There's not 20 buttons to press. No class seems to actually have 20 active buttons that they need to press at any time. Didn't play a druid. I played a rogue and a DK, but that's not true. People who say that you have like 15 buttons to press, I don't know. Even I never counted it because it didn't seem that hard, or they're just lying. And or maybe I'm not pressing buttons, but which I'm pretty sure I am.
Expansion coming? Well, they're going to be getting rid of all that. They're going to be pruning the shit out of all classes and removing skills, complexity, and, well, thinking. And I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, this is actually not true. I have been paying attention to this. They are actually... There's a bunch of things that seem bad, and you know what? Bro, listen, Blizzard, you know how you make fucking this game more manageable, more easy to actually press the buttons in? How about showing me all the skills that have a no global cooldown? Why isn't that actually next to the skill? Why do I need to try and figure out how that stuff works? Why is that? That feels so strange. Why can't I just have a thing that says next to a skill has no global cooldown or something like that? Also, The damage burst window MacGuffins, aka cooldowns for classes, they're fucking stupid. I think, you know how you make this game better? One of the first things in World of Warcraft and pressing buttons, and I like pressing buttons, I have talked about this, is the fact that when you have to pop your big damage burst stuff, I don't know about you, but I pretty much have macroed it in one button. And the reality is, you have to just press that button for like, what? Fucking what? 3 seconds, 4 seconds straight until all the things get popped? That's just stupid. That's just boring. How about Blizzard? How about, listen, hear me out. We make almost all of the things that you would use in your big damage rotation cooldown have almost no global cooldowns. How about that? How about that? That would improve the game so much. Just remove the global cooldowns for like half the shit. It is what it is.
I get it. I'm a Diablo 4 superfan as well, and I completely understand. 3 to 4
Skill twigs
buttons is a little too complicated still. So, I'd like to introduce you to the...
By the way, the irony of Diablo 4, even though I have not played the last 2 seasons, but I'll play the next one, I promise. I promise. I'm not properly playing the next one. No one is, except the bots. Isn't Diablo 4 more like currently press like 2 to 3 buttons for each class? Aren't we down to that level of builds right now, that it's like, most classes have like 2 to 3 buttons to press? Also, not to mention the fact that even if you have 5 buttons to press for a class, you're still just constantly pianoing them because there's no reason ever to think about stuff.
one button combat rotation helper, where all you need to do is hit one button and win. Now, if that doesn't get you D4 gigachads excited, I don't know what will. Except...
Well, to be fair, when they introduced the auto rotation thing, it did outperform 75% of the player base, so there you go.
Or maybe my next point. Not only is the combat dumbing down, so is almost every aspect of the game.
Good.
So, for example, no more complicated add-ons to manage that hurt our brains to figure out because Blizzard is removing them.
Wait, that's actually good. Add-ons suck. Add-ons absolutely suck because the game's built around them. People don't think about what's happening in bosses. People don't think about how to manage their things. You need an add-on if you want to play this game optimally, because the UI is just bad, and you need it doesn't display cooldowns and things. I have talked about this so much. We don't need any weak out of bullshit or anything like that. We just need the ability to place, like, certain abilities here, right here, or wherever you want, and they just show cooldowns. And when the enemy has a debuff or something that you want to track, then it's also somewhere where you choose to place it on the thing. It's so easy. We just want to know what buffs are up, and what cooldowns are gone, what's the cooldown left on some things, and what's the debuffs the enemies currently have. That's it. It's so simple, and they can't manage this.
They also have a story mode raid now, so you can experience the joy of raiding with a full team of NPCs, making it impossible to even fail. Because, doing an LFR with bosses you need half a brain to figure out was really hard. And now, you no longer have to deal with mean people in Mythic Plus. In fact, you don't have to deal with people at all, because you can now gear up in solo delves. Yes, even the highest item level of gear. As a Diablo fan for many, many years, I can tell you, when a game
delves are pretty good, actually.
Gets easier, and chases a more casual audience that never wanted to play the game to start with, everyone wins, right? So if playing a milked franchise that has been reduced to a casual MMO where you don't ever have to talk to anyone that doesn't remind you of Diablo 4, this next part sure will. Like I said before, this game has a new expansion coming out, and for just $90, you can get the Elite Super Edition, which preys on gamer FOMO and lets you
Nice.
play the game 3 days early.
Oh,
And it
hell
also gives you
yeah.
access to the PTR. Yes, it's a paid PTR that they are calling a beta, but
Base.
really, come on, it's the same thing. Oh, and don't forget, this is a 400% value. And
Base.
housing early access? What?
Oh, baby, man. Blizzard is gonna understand in the literal first day why Europeans should not have gotten housing, okay? The American mind cannot comprehend that literally half the player names in this game are a play on a certain type of words, okay? And in retail, it's more than half. So, do you have any idea what happens when housing actually is allowed, and when you have free building, that you can literally build whatever you want? Oh, the American mind cannot comprehend this.
Okay, 700% value now. Take my money. On top of that, we also get 2,000 trader tender to use to buy
Wow.
cosmetic items. Now you D4 aficionados may be thinking this is just like D4's Platinum. Well, no. Platinum is more like the new housing cosmetic premium currency.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the fact that you're gonna have to buy housing currency for real money. Oh no, that's gonna be hilarious.
Heartsteel. Which brings us to today's sponsor. Many said it couldn't be done. Most said it shouldn't be done. But we here at Blizzard Entertainment did it anyway, and would like to introduce you to Heartsteel,
Hell
our new
yeah.
premium currency.
No way! I can't believe it, guys! It's purchased with real money using your Battle.net balance, and you need to use it to buy housing items.
Dude, poor Asmongold. Now he's gonna have to buy this currency and manage his budget between, spending like 5K on off girls and this. It's gonna be a struggle, okay, for him. It's gonna be tough.
In the Battle.net shop and the in-game store. Oh, what? Oh my god! Like, what are we doing? You need to buy every single vase? What is this, IKEA? Oh, if you get
Yes.
a pack of 10, you get an extra vase for free. Oh, wow. And the $20 pack comes with a bonus. That's the bonus.
True. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Wait. This seems a little bit cheap. No $200 option? No 75? This doesn't seem Blizzard. This doesn't. What the hell is this? We're missing two options.
Comes with a bonus. That's the bonus. Wow, you're happy now, aren't you? Oh my fucking god. This is absolutely insane. Oh!
Seems about right.
Damn, Blizzard really is trying to hit that 30% profit margin. Speaking of that profit margin, we all know that horses were brought into Diablo 4 to sell more cosmetics.
True.
Because why make our characters run faster when you can have a horse that you can monetize? Now, what would be more profitable than a cool mount? Yes, a cool mount with an actual in-game advantage. And
Hell
that's
yeah.
exactly what we'll be returning to World of Warcraft. So, a few years ago, Bobby, give me all your money, I don't care if the game is good, Kotick.
Listen, we need Bobby back. I have said this for such a long time. The only thing that can save Blizzard is Bobby Original G Hardar Envert Kotick. Okay? He is the man with the vision. He knows what's up. Bobby steered this shit show for so long in the right direction. And then you have idiots who are blaming Bobby for making the game bad. Bobby doesn't know what World of Warcraft is. He needs a reintroduction of what World of Warcraft is every time he hears the name while he was working at Blizzard. Bobby doesn't care about the quality of your game. He just puts in a mount for $100, okay? That's what Bobby does. And he keeps the floodgates. All the purple-haired losers. Yeah, no wonder. He kept them out. He kept them at bay. And the moment Bobby was gone, the dam broke. Bobby was a hero. He was a legend. Bobby was a true one. He was real. Okay? I will sacrifice Stuart as to Bobby every week if that's what it means to get him back. He made this game good. He was saving it from sinking, and now look at it. Oh, we're gonna bring back Chris Metzen, but first we're gonna cut off his balls. But he's gonna make a 3-plus storyline where nothing matters and strong independent women are gonna take over. Yeah. Bobby wouldn't allow this shit. Because Chris Metzen costs too much probably to hire. Bobby would never allow Chrissy Boy back into the business. He would have saved us from whatever garbage the War Within is going to be. Or Midnight, or whatever the hell the expansion's called. It's stupid anyway. Bobby would have saved us. But you're like, no, we don't like Bobby. We don't like Bobby.
Was like, I need more money. So the Blizzard team made their first paid mount that had an actual massive advantage feature.
Also, if you bought this mount, that's on you. That's literally on you. That's the reality. This is on you.
Attached to it, an auction house, and a mailbox you can access at any moment. But of course they made this a limited time mount and said it would never be offered again. So many people bought that mount because preying on gamer FOMO is so very profitable. I'm looking.
If you're a gamer and you can be preyed on via FOMO, that's on you, Chief. That's on you.
Get you 3-day early access $90 Elite Expansion Bundle. Well, to everyone's surprise, it's been data mined that it's coming back. What? Oh no, Blizzard lied to us? Oh,
no.
Never mind, it's a different color. So it's completely different, and they were not lying to us at all. And if this does come out with the same $90 price point, you just gotta buy it. Not only to help out this small indie company to make its 30% profit margin, but for the 900% value. Well guys, we've gone over a lot here today, so let's just recap a bit. If you want to play a dumbed down, one-button, solo MMO game that preys on your nostalgia of loving a franchise that has been milked more than Skyrim, being designed for an audience who doesn't currently play the game, that is only $90 plus the $15 a month sub, plus another $90 if you want the mount, and however much that Hearthsteel is for your new in-game house, then well, I feel World of Warcraft is just the right game for you.
Guys, who's
true, real, and based?
Ready to start playing World of Warcraft? Are you guys ready? Oh, wow. Are we WoW bitching? Yeah, McConnell, we're WoW bitching. We're doing it. They're adding fucking microtransaction items to.
Hell yeah. Anyway, that was Frosteel Root, 10 out of 10. Bye.